What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's going to be the in-depth console tier list for the Paladins Last Remains update, which was actually thrown up about, I don't know, at least when I'm recording this, about 3.5 days ago. I've spent pretty much the entirety of today playing the game just to see if anything really changed, and nothing really changed. Not really surprised. There's a few minor things that are a little bit different, but overall, not really too much that's changed. We got a new champion to the game, Kasumi, and a few minor balance changes, the majority of which don't really matter. I'm going to go through the entire roster of champions like you guys always want me to do, so we're going to go through it. It might not be as long as of a tier list, because a lot of stuff hasn't changed. I'm going to try to make it short as possible this time. But if you guys like these types of videos and you guys want me to continue doing these tier list videos, these are the one videos, at least for Paladins, at least recently, that actually is doing really well. So if you guys want me to continue doing these for Paladins, every update, I'll keep on bringing them to you guys, even though I don't really, after a new update, after maybe a couple days after a new patch, I won't be really playing the game much. I'll just play for maybe a couple days after every patch, just to do a tier list for you guys, and then I'll just drop the game like I've been doing. I haven't been playing that much, at least recently, until this new update, so I got an entire other video on the way for Paladins as well, which we'll be talking about. I'll probably be out in the next week or two, so if you guys don't want to miss any of that, I also stream Overwatch 2, I also stream Apex Legends, we got Apex Legends Season 15 on the way, and I also stream Splatoon 3, which, even when you guys might be seeing this, I also might be live, so if you guys not want to miss when I'm live, subscribe and turn notifications on. Let's get right into this. It's going to be a console tier list, keep that in mind. If you guys want to check out the last tier list we did for the last patch, I will have a link to that at the end of this video. Here's the tier list. SS is the stuff that you're going to be banning every game in your ranked matches. S tiers are going to be your must-hit picks, like the best of the best. You can't really go wrong without picking them. A+ is above average. A is your average tier. B below average. C is pretty situational. D is almost borderline garbage. And F tier is the ones you want to lose with. So let's get Moji out of the way right away. Let's put her in F tier, garbage. If you want to lose your matches, play Moji. I'm not going to spend any more time on her because she's just a pure waste of time. Let's get into the new champion. We got a new champion, Kasumi. I'm going to put her in H. I'm going to talk about her for a little bit first. Kasumi, brand new damage champion. I'll probably even, depending on when you guys are seeing this video, I also might actually have a video up, my first match and my initial thoughts and my thoughts on the champion, because we did play her on stream a couple days ago, at least when I'm recording this. You guys, that might be up on the channel right now. But Kasumi, the problem with Kasumi, and the thing that automatically makes Kasumi way worse than the majority of the other DPS in the game, is that she just has no long range. She is a close and medium range DPS that has no long range past medium range, which is, I think, a huge design flaw of the character. I really do. She has one of the worst mobilities in the game with, I don't know what it is, her ghost form or whatever it is. I think it's her mist, so I don't know what it's exactly called. I don't care either. Her damage sucks. Her talents are all garbage, apart from one that's okay, and it's passable. By a small sliver, it's passable. It's borderline garbage as well. All her talents are garbage. All her loadout cards, apart from maybe 3 or 4, are not viable at all, and they're all garbage. She might actually be one of the worst champions we've gotten in recent memory, y'all. I thought Betty La Bomba was bad, just because of how buggy she was. But at least Betty La Bomba, she does damage. She has that going for her. She can do a shit ton of damage. Kasumi, what does Kasumi do? What does Kasumi add to this game, and what is she even in this game for? I really don't know. I think the only reason they even added Kasumi to the game is because we had a Paladins update in October, and we have Halloween coming up in about 2 weeks, at least when I'm recording this. So they added a new champion to the game to fit with the Halloween spooky theme of Ghost, pretty much. Is that the only reason we got a champion, or is it because they want to add more champions to the game for no reason? I don't know. I really can't see why. I don't understand why she's even in this game, because she doesn't add anything. I'll give them, the design is great. She has a really cool design, which a lot of the new champions do. It just comes down to the kit-wise. The kit's just god-awful. She has another damage ability, which is pretty much a burst type ability that does damage. Depending on how many curse stacks you have on somebody, it'll do more damage. If you have 5, which is the max, it'll do more damage. I think there's a loadout card that influences that as well. She has a really weird like teleport system to where if you like you throw down like a, I don't know if it's a skull or something, and if somebody triggers it, you can actually teleport to them. But the problem with that is you just get all damaged by everybody. Your damage isn't good enough to 1v1 people. And that's the real problem, even with the fear and a stun or whatever it brings on. Her ult is one of the worst ults in the game. I really don't know where to put her. I think she's garbage, y'all. I think Kasumi is fucking garbage. I'm putting her at C tier. She's really bad. There is no reason why Kasumi should even be in this game. C tier. Adds nothing to the game, and she doesn't have any long range. You're picking a champion and you're automatically losing out on any long range. What reason am I going to pick Kasumi over like a champion like Cassie, Leon, like anything else? Anything else that does her job better as a DPS? There just is nothing. There is no reason at all. The real problem with Kasumi is she's another damage champion that is just a filler champion in this game. And it's a real shame Hi-Rez just keeps putting champions into this game because it's just legit ruining the game. If anything, I think the new champions every fucking update is somehow making the game worse. They think it's making it better, but it's making it worse and worse every patch, along with all the other new bugs and issues every single patch they add. And then the horrible balancing. Garbage. I don't know what you guys think of her. Let me know in the comments down below. But at least for me, this is 100% opinionated. This is my opinion. I think she's garbage, and she should not even be in this game. We should not have had a new damage champion this patch. And if they wanted to give us a new champion, it should have been a support or a tank champion. That's what it should have been. There's my opinions on Kasumi. If you find her fun, that's fine. There's a lot of people that find Kasumi fun. That's completely fine if you enjoy her, but I don't like her at all. She's boring to play, and she just feels like shit to play, and she doesn't add anything to the game. Just like all the other champions over the past year, they really don't add anything to the game, and that is the real problem with the majority of the DPS and flanks champions we've been getting. Atlas, still incredibly good, S tier. Nothing with him's really changed at all from last patch to this patch. Androxus, SS busted tier. He got slightly nerfed this patch, but he's still the best flank in the game. You legit walk up to somebody and you still two-shot them. The only thing that changed is he has a little bit slightly less burn duration, so you're able to track people a little bit less. And you do a slightly less damage with your burn duration and like the tick damage it does with Curse Revolver. Apart from that, nothing with has changed. I really don't understand why Hi-Rez doesn't fucking balance him. I don't know what they have against the players and what favoritism they have towards Androxus. I really don't. He makes the game so unfun, and he makes the game fucking miserable to play against him. I fucking hate playing against Andro, and he is one of the reasons why I fucking hate playing the game currently. I just wish they would nerf him into the ground because I'm fucking sick of him. And I'm sure a lot of other people are as well. Again, poor balance. The theme of this tier list is going to be poor balance. Just like all the last other couple tier lists. We had a couple good ones towards the beginning of the year. We had some okay balance, but these last couple have been garbage. Strix. This is actually one of the positives, y'all. I think Strix now has 2 viable talents. Round of applause, everybody. Let's give ourselves a round of applause and give Hi-Rez a pat on the back. It took them 4 years to finally give Strix back at least 2 viable talents. Round of applause ever since they got rid of whatever his other talent was that they took out of the game when they had 4 talents. Ever since then, he hasn't really had a viable talent. They buffed Nocturnal to give you 20% movement speed and stealth now in the talent, and then they buffed Crack Shots and they actually reworked it, so you can pretty much walk around and you can actually use your sniper rifle as hip fire. And it actually does 900 damage. It said 700 in the PTS notes. They must have changed it last second, which was good. They actually changed it to 900 damage. So, and it also includes headshots. You have a small burn duration, and you can actually get headshots with it on hipfire. So 900 with headshot is about 1300 damage. So if you really want to, you can still almost two-shot people. If you land a headshot and a body shot, you can still two-shot a squishy. If not, if you land body shots, it's a 3-hit KO. But I do think Strix is a lot better than last patch, and this is one of the only positives, maybe out of a couple other ones in this entire tier list, at least balance-wise, that Hi-Rez maybe did right. But it took them 4 years to finally get a viable talent for Strix and 2 viable talents. He still has a talent that's garbage, which is his flare talent. It's still really bad. But at least right now, I'd say Crack Shot is actually playable and Nocturnal is actually playable. If you want to play him as like full-on sniper with Nocturnal, or play him like an actual like mid-range DPS, you can actually play that now. So I'm actually gonna put him at I'm gonna put him B tier. He went from an F tier up to a B tier. You guys gotta bear with me. I'm not gonna put him in A tier because he does take some skill to play. And he's not good, especially with Andro running around every single game and all that type of shit. He's not good at all. But he's better than he was last patch. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and I'll put him in B tier. Barrick, he got buffed this patch for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why he got changed. S tier, still good. Nothing with him's changed last patch. If anything, he's a little bit better. Canessa, I'm going to put Canessa in A tier. Only good on a certain handful of maps, and she's really difficult to play right now just because Andro is almost in every single match. And if Andro doesn't get banned, you're kind of screwed. Pretty much the same thing as last tier list. Ray is garbage. I'm putting Ray into F tier. I had her in D tier last time. She's going to F tier. I'm sick of putting her in D tier. I'm not putting her in D tier anymore. Probably one of the worst supports in the game, if not the worst support. She is the worst support in the game. There's nobody else that's in F tier. Spoiler alert. She just doesn't do anything. Her healing's garbage. Her talents are all garbage. Her loadout cards are all garbage apart from like 1 or 2 loadout cards. Her damage numbers are garbage. Her ult has been nerfed into the ground. She has nothing. They nerfed her into the ground, and then that's pretty much where they left her, and nobody plays her anymore. She was a really cool champion on release, and then she just kept getting nerfed and changed for whatever reason, and now she's garbage. She's a shell of her former self. Again, more poor balance changes on High-Res's part. Garbage. Pip got some reworks to Mega Potion this patch. Now it actually has a shield that can actually stack. You can actually stack shield with Mega Potion. You can actually get your full health amount now to yourself if you heal yourself with your own Mega Potion now as well. I'm still going to put him in B tier. I think he is better than last patch if you want to play like a healer Pip with Mega Potion. But he's not much better, just mainly because Andro and all the other shit that just shuts him down real bad. He's a walking hitbox, and that's the main thing and why he's always going to be held back. Torval got a buff to Thanks Grandpa this patch. Actually got a 1 second reduced cooldown on your bubbles with that talent now. Still C tier, very situational. Actually, I'm going to put him in B tier. He's not as bad as Kasumi. I think he's better than Kasumi. Come on, now. I'm going to put him at B tier. He is better than last patch. I'll put him in B tier just to be... I think he got some ult changes, too. I think you can actually cancel your ult now or something. I forgot what they did with his ult, but he got that and he got some ult change. I forgot what it was, though. Shaolin... It's a console tier list. If this is PC, I'd put him way higher. On console, he's really bad. Put him in C tier. Buck has completely fallen off. Completely fallen off. He was good at the start of the patch. Like a couple patches ago, he was really good when they reworked loadout cards. Completely fallen off. Nobody plays him anymore, and if you do play him, there's just no reason to play him. Bomb King B tier, again, console. If you know how to play Bomb King, go pick him up. You can carry games if you know what you're doing, but on console, he's not as good as PC, so I'm putting him in B tier just because it takes a lot more skill to play him. You don't see him being played on console very much. Caspian got buffed this patch. I had him at a B tier last update. I'll be generous and I'll put him at an A tier because he is a lot better and he feels a lot better to play. This current patch, they reduced the lockout time on some of his abilities, and they changed, I think, I think it was something with his stun. I think the lockout on his dash or something. One or two things they changed with him. Makes him feel a lot better. Still not that good, though. You still need to know what you're doing, otherwise you're just going to feed. He's one of those high-skill type flank champions. Betty LaBomba, I'm going to put an A+ tier. Still incredibly buggy, but if you know how to play her, she can shit out huge damage numbers. Apart from that, nothing with her's really changed. Ruckus. I think Ruckus has potential. If you know what you're doing, you can actually stomp teams with Ruckus. I know a couple people that actually used to play the game. They haven't been playing recently, like a lot of other people I know. They've been quitting playing, but they used to play that would just stomp ranked games in his higher tier, like Platinum Diamond games. He would just stomp with Ruckus. Really slept on pick in your higher tier games if you know what you're doing. Even like your mid tier games. Just don't play him as a solo tank. He has potential, though. I'm going to put him at an A tier. I think he does have potential. He's kind of slept on by everybody, though. I'm going to put Vatu at an A tier. It's on console. If it was a PC, I'd probably put Vatu at SS, because I think he's broken on PC, at least from what I've been hearing. Apart from that, just A tier. It's kind of the same boat and the same reasoning as Bomb King. Ying's garbage. I don't know why there's any reason to play Ying. Her healing sucks. She's a heal bot, and if you do play her as a damage, you're throwing. She doesn't offer anything to the team apart from an ult. She's pretty much an ult bot. That's all she does. Same boat, hasn't changed at all. Willow, I'm going to put a B tier. I think Willow's versus certain team comps can work. The only thing that's really holding her back right now is you have Andro and you have a bunch of other stuff that just shits on her in every single one of your games, which is really holding her back and holding her down right now. Grok. As a healer, Grok is garbage. As a DPS, he's okay. I'm going to put him in a C tier just because with Maelstrom Grok, you can kind of get away with it and it ain't too bad. But apart from that, as a healer, you're just better off picking any other healer on this list. Garbage. Yagruth, for some reason, keeps getting nerfed. I don't know why they keep nerfing Yagruth. I'm going to put her in A tier. I don't know why they keep nerfing her. Leave Yagruth alone. I don't know if anybody from the AOC or any of the devs watch my tier list videos, but like, I don't know if they understand, but Yagruth is one of the few characters this game has left that actually makes people want to actually play this game with how unique she actually is. She's just such a unique champion, and like no other game has something in it like Yagruth, and they just keep fucking around and changing her and balancing her every fucking patch and keep nerfing her for no reason. Quit screwing around with Yagruth and leave her the fuck alone. Pretty soon they're going to nerf her into the ground where she's almost unplayable and she feels like shit to play. And then the people that are still left playing Yagruth is because that's their favorite champion and it's one of their coolest champions that they still play the game for. They'll go move on to Overwatch 2 as well, like everybody else has been doing. 7. Still incredibly good, incredibly oppressive, but he's not worth a ban anymore. They nerfed him to the point where he's not worth an instant ban anymore. So props to High-Res. If that was what they wanted to do, good. He's finally not ban-worthy anymore. Good. Let's do Salty as well while I'm here, because it's the same boat. Salty finally got nerfed to the point where I don't think she's a ban every single game anymore. Finally. It took them, I don't know what, how long has Salty been in the game? At least like a year now, going on almost 2 years. Has to be close to that at least. I forgot when she got put into the game, but then again, it doesn't really matter. It took them that long from when she got put into the game up until this last patch, to finally actually get her to the point where she's not like instantly banned every single game and just the best DPS in the game. Still incredibly good though. If you know how to land headshots, she still shits out damage. Vora got buffed. I think Vora is A+ tier. She got buffed this patch, and I think she's a lot better. They buffed, I think, some of her cooldowns, and they buffed some of her mobility cooldowns or something, I think. So, and her ult. They buffed her ult again, so. She's a lot better than last patch, and she feels a lot better to play. If you guys haven't tried Vora, go play her out, and she's a lot better. Ko is A tier. A walking hitbox, and if you don't land your hooks, you don't know what you ain't gonna do it in the entire game. I'm actually gonna move him down to B tier, because I don't think he's even worth A tier. I'm going to put Amani in C tier, which is an absolute crime and an absolute travesty because I fucking love Amani as a champion, but there's just no reason to play her. Her damage sucks. Her only form of damage is with fire stance. Her ice stance damage is way too fucking low, and they just never fucking buff her and never change anything about her. She never gets any buffs and she just stays the same, and she's stayed the same for, I don't know, like almost half a year now. She needs buffs and she needs damage buffs or like a reworked splitting ice, or like some damage buffs to her ice stance, or a complete revert to what it was originally before she got reworked. Terminus SS tier, still the same as last patch. I'm not even going to talk about him. He's just frustrating to play against. Lex got buffed. Instead of nerfing Lex, they buffed Lex. They gave his ult a less lockout, or like a less of a duration before it goes off. Good. Typical high-res. The characters they need to nerf, instead they go and buff them. Still does too much damage. He's pretty much a flank in the damage category. That's really what it is. Whoever is marked, just run at him and you'll win your game. Fernando, S tier. Nothing with him's really changed. Still incredibly good. Dredge, still the best blaster in the game. Nothing with him's really changed. Incredibly good. Cassie, S tier. Probably the best projectile in the game and incredibly fun to play. If you guys want a really fun champion to play, pick up Cassie, and she's one of the only reasons I'm still playing this game, and I still play once in a while. It's just to play Cassie, which shows a lot. Drogos, I'm going to put Drogos at an A+ tier. I think he's fallen off a little bit. Still can be good. I don't think he's as good as Dredge, though. He's more map dependent. Furia is still really good, S tier, one of the best supports in the game. Io got a bit of a nerf this patch to her lifelink, but she's still incredibly good. She still does the same amount of healing numbers, just a little bit less healing with her dog and with Luna with that talent now, so you have a little bit more of a reason to pick DR if you really want to. Apart from that, nothing with her's really changed. I just wish they wouldn't touch her at all, because she was balanced before, and I don't know why they keep touching and tweaking her numbers. Just leave her alone, just like Yagruth. Leave Io alone. She's the most balanced support in the game. Again, they don't know how to balance the game, though. It's high res. Eevee, going into the B tier, same reason as Caspian and Bomb King. Khan, S tier, one of the easiest play tanks in the game. So much value, does crazy damage, good ult, is really easy to play. No brainer if you want to pick an off tank. Leon, still incredibly good. Just insane burst. If you know how to like combo your abilities, still you can still steamroll entire teams, especially if they don't know what you're doing. Gamba, I'm going to put A tier average. Takes more skill to play him, but I do think if you know what you're doing at least a little bit and you can land the majority of your heals, I think you can still do really well. Tiberius has fallen off. I don't know what happened to Tiberius. I really don't. I'm going to put him A tier still. I think he's A tier worthy. Needs some buffs. Tiberius, give Tiberius some buffs, please. He just feels like shit to play right now. I don't know what it is. He feels like garbage. He's pretty much, I think the problem with Tiberius, he just relies too much on one ability. He relies on combat trance, and apart from that, he just doesn't do anything. That's the real problem with him. They need to buff combat trance or buff the rest of his kit. Or buff some of his talents or something, I don't know. Or his ult. Skye, S tier. Still incredibly annoying to play against. Nothing with her has really changed at all. Tyra, S tier. Same as last patch. Nothing with her has changed at all. Zin, I'm going to put it A+. Kind of the same as last patch. Nothing's really changed at all. I'm going to put Lilith A tier. Again, kind of the same. Nothing's really changed at all. I think out of all the more recent champions too that we've got, at least for supports, she's probably the most fun champion out of all the recent champions we've gotten. So if you guys want to play a more new champion that's been added to the game over the last half a year, that's actually really fun to play, unlike a lot of the other ones, pick up Lilith and try Lilith. Azan's completely fallen off. I don't know what they did to him, but he needs to be buffed. I think he's garbage compared to what he was when he got first put into the game. I know he was broken when he got first put into the game, but come on now. He's fallen off. I'm putting him in A tier because he's average, but I feel like he's just a shell of his former self. He really is. Victor, S tier. It's console. That's the gist of Victor on console. Grover sucks. He's bad. I'm going to put him in A tier because he's not worse than any of these other healers, but he's really fallen off. The main problem is he has no viable talents. That's his real problem. They reworked his one good talent, and the rest of his talents are just really lackluster. Vivian, I'm going to put it S tier just mainly as a counter pick to a lot of the stealth characters still. And she does really, she shits damage when she has an ult. Especially in your lower tier, she can just stomp your mid to low tier ranked games. Ashe, A+ tier, just your typical above average off tank. Nara, A+ tier, can survive forever but still lacks damage. I don't know why they don't buff her damage numbers. Tierlist, I'm going to put it A+ tier. Hub stomps your lower to mid tier games, but once you get up into your higher tier platinum and diamond lobbies, that's where he falls off. Unless you have a team built around him. Saris actually bugged right now. I'm putting Saris at B tier because she's bugged. She is bugged. Her ult does not work 50% of the time. There's a new bug if you guys haven't been playing this patch. It's happened to me, I don't know, a couple dozen times already. You'll throw out an ult into an entire group of people and nobody will get pulled into your ult. Her ult is bugged. It only works half the time. Thanks, high res. Another bug from the PTS that never got fixed and got put into the live patch. Round of applause for you guys. It's not a new patch without a game-breaking bug that breaks one of your characters. If she wasn't bugged, I'd probably put her an A+, but since her ult doesn't work half the time this patch, I'm putting her at a B tier, because you're pretty much playing a support that doesn't have an ult 50% of the time that doesn't work. Garbage. Thanks, high-res. Fix your game. I doubt you'll ever fix it, though, because it's been forever since we've been wanting fixes and nothing ever changes. Even the balance. The balance is garbage. I'm going to put Octavia in S tier, same as last patch. Corvus, A tier. Same as last patch. Genos, A tier. Same as last patch. Nothing's really changed. Rom is going to go to A+. I think he has potential. He's a lot better than he was, especially ever since he got Subservience reworked. But apart from that, I can't put him much higher because he's really counterpicked easily. Colgar, I'm going to put A+ tier. More of a mid-tier pub stomper. He really is. Like, he can stub your lower to, like, mid-tier games. But, like, once you get to your higher-tier games, he's kind of the same thing as Talus. You need a team built around him or, like, a team to play with him to actually put in work. You can't really, like, solo carry a game in your higher-tier, like, plat or diamond lobbies. I mean, at the same time, like, I say that, but at this point, like, it's getting to the point where every single update, there's such a minuscule amount of people actually even playing ranked at this point that the matchmaking is just so fucking bad. So I don't even know if that even matters anymore. I really don't. Like, I say that now, but, like, just take that with a grain of salt because, like, depending when you're seeing this, there might be barely any player base left. And the matchmaker will just pair you with anybody in your matches just to fill out a game. You'll be paired with, like, fucking bronze and silver players on the enemy team, and your team will be a bunch of gold, so you can just easily pub stomp every match. Or, like, your team will have a bunch of GMs, and the enemy team will have, like, 1 or 2 GMs, and you'll have, like, a bunch of silvers and platinums on your team. I don't know. And then we got Maeve, still my favorite champion, and one of the only reasons, apart from maybe a handful of other characters in this game, that it is still making the game worth playing. I'm gonna put her at A+ here. Can be higher. She can be higher on this list if you know how to play her. You gotta play her really well though, because there's a lot of shit that just shuts her down right now. She's really bad into Andro. She gets shut down pretty damn easy by 7 still. Sky is pretty difficult to deal with. There's a lot of other stuff that just really kind of shits on her still. But if you know what you're doing and you have like a proper build, like she has 3 talents that are pretty good. I wouldn't say Street Justice is that good. I think it's more of a cheesy like kill stealer, like no skill talent that needs to be reworked. But you can play it if you want to just use in your lower tier games to make yourself feel good by stealing everybody's kills and padding your KDA. But apart from that, y'all, I think that is the tier list. That is everything. Here is the tier list. I'll let you guys look on screen one last time. That is the tier list for the Paladins Last Remains update. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys like the balance for this current patch? Do you guys like the balance for the entire game overall over the last couple months? Do you guys even still play the game? I don't know. A lot of you guys that watch these videos, like a lot of you guys are over playing Overwatch 2, and you get a lot of you guys say that you aren't even going to be going back to Paladins anytime soon. So, do you guys even play the game? Do you guys even care? I don't know. We'll find out. But I don't know. If you guys like these videos, like I'll keep on doing the tier list videos. If you guys keep showing support, if you leave a like, we'll see if we can get this video to at least like 20, 30 likes. That's completely fine by me. 20, 30 likes, I'll keep on bringing these videos to you guys and we'll see how it does. If these keep doing good, I'll keep on bringing these and I'll keep on bringing some of the more other like major type Paladins videos you guys like. So apart from that, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If there's something I did not discuss or talk about, let me know as well. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Peace out, everybody.